It's the most wonderful time of the year. Yes, indeed, Mr. Pop. That thing is in the building. That's me, the one and only triple the G.O.D. Everybody's favorite, everything, the green, Martha Squish, Murder, Red, the congregation. May you all be praised for holding down my six. Bessie, Janine, Magdalene, the intern, Annalise, yo girl, and mom, Miss Martha K. Miss Mostly, hold down the unos, doses, tres, and cuatros, but most importantly, you. Yes, you. You're live right here with us, right here on Team G.O.D TV. And yo, it's Wrestle Kingdom season, baby! Just got finished with day numero uno of my favorite thing in January, Wrestle Kingdom, baby, because god damn it, it's been a year for New Japan Pro Wrestling and the world, and even given all the craziness, has been delivering the goods, and Wrestle Kingdom is the culmination of that. And I'm like, even though technically, though, when I did the special Catcher Spectacular episode of the Savage Era, I broke my Tony talk about New Japan in January rule, but I don't care, but Power Struggle was this shit, and given what it is that we set up, and here we are now, I'm just like, god damn. Regardless, though, got the day one results in front of me. I even took some damn notes because I wanted to make sure I wanted to cover everything. Now, let's get it started, though. There was a 21-man New Japan Rambo so that we can get the King of Pro Wrestling 2021 started. And our last four members of that field that'll be going on today too to crown the King of Pro Wrestling 2021. That boy Chase Owens, Bad Luck Fale, Bushi, and Toru Yano, who is the 2020 King of Pro Wrestling. Shout out to him doing his thing. I'm like, yo, I gotta say, yo, the rest of that Rambo had some deep names in it, and I got them in front of you. Suzuki, fucking legend. Yuji Nagata, fucking god. Toa Harane, Hiroki Goto, Yoshihashi, Toji Makabe, Duki, Yushiro Takahashi, Tomoro Ishii, Tomoaki Honma, Tenzan motherfucking ass was in the fucking building. That boy Rocky Romero, Sho Tiger Mask, Gabriel Kidd, Yoshi Tsuji, and Yuya Uemura. So, tomorrow night, we gonna, cause from what I know, it's going to be the opening match on the actual card, because for what I understand, given what I read earlier, the preliminary matches for night two are some Stardom stuff. So we'll watch that and maybe we'll talk about it. Maybe we won't. I'm not sure. But I will say this, though. The whole invention of the King of Pro Wrestling thing is like the weirdest game of professional wrestling tag I've ever seen. Because of the way that they do it, the way that it's done. And I really think that because 2020 was just kind of like that thing of, we need something for people to do because of COVID or whatever. So let's technically create a belt that's not a belt, but a title that you wear as you being the King of Pro Wrestling. And I'm like, yo, I gotta say, that stuff was mad entertaining to watch through the year, and knowing that Toru Yano sat up here and survived the gauntlet that is being the man and being called the King of Pro Wrestling in the league that call themselves the King of Professional Wrestling. So it is what it is. You gotta love that. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens on night two with that, and who's going to be who's going to literally be, and I quote, it, to sit up here with the target on their back to see who can make it to the end of December this year to be the King of Pro Wrestling 2021. So, now that I've talked about a thing, I need to bring my notes back up because my notes got closed out for some reason, is that our opening contest of Wrestle Kingdom numero 15, what is 15 in Spanish? I don't know. We're not going to do that. Takahashi versus my boy LPL Phantasmo. Now, let me say this, though. Takahashi done been on a fucking tear this year. I will say this live. If we are talking about one of the best pro wrestlers in the world right now, Hiromu Takahashi is in that conversation. Because he ran the game in the junior division this year. Real fucking shit. Like, it wasn't a lot. It's not a lot of people in that division fuck what they do, but that's the case. He didn't been that monster for years. We talking about the man who won Battle of the Super Juniors in 2018 and won it last year. So it ain't nothing straight to him to be that dude. El Phantasmo up for making a name for himself, and the tear he went through in Super Jacob. I'm just like, I watched that with like, I was hoping my boy Leo Rush was gonna get a little bit farther, but yo, he failed to El Phantasmo in a great one though. So you know, it was what it was. Here's the thing though. One of the things that I appreciate about how this match ended up being is that because the winner of this, who by the way is Takahashi, of course, is going to take on the Bone Soldier tomorrow night on night 2 for the Junior Heavyweight Championship. Because it was like, because the way that the Battle of the Super Juniors and Super J Cup ended, it's like, it kind of made sense because it's like, I wasn't even thinking about it. Like, the whole, like, well, we got the champion here. We got the champion here of both these tournaments. Let them fight it out to see who gets to fight Bone Soldier. And I'm kind of like, this is what you come to Wrestle Kingdom for. You try to find out the best of the best of the best of the best of the best, sir. And yes, that is a Men in Black reference. Don't sue me for that. Match was hot. My boy, I'm like, LP was sitting up here doing all these tribute spots, and I'm just kind of like, when those things started happening or whatever, I'm kind of like, yeah, Takahashi's gonna be booked to win this one. But I'm like, I sat up here and once I saw that, and understanding though, the character of El Phantasmo, that makes sense. You know, trying to hold it down for the BC fan, bang, 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 or whatever. Excuse me, let me get some water. Hold up. I'm a little parched. That's very good. But yeah, even given that the match was hot, it's just that the structure of, you know what I'm saying, the structure of how the story they were telling in the ring with El Phantasmo being like, yo, it's my time now. And it's like, I'm with you. I'm like, my thing is, watching him through Super J Cup sold him to me. Because it's like because like before that, you was just some dude in Bullet Club to me personally. Like, you the dude in Bullet Club who can mad wrestle. Now you have my attention. Do I need to say anything about Hiromu Takahashi? The answer is no. Need not say nothing about that man at all. That man been a beast for years. It's just that El Phantasmo just gonna be somebody that I am now have a vested interest in 2021, because I got a feeling that by summer, he gonna have some gold around his waist. Bullet Club bullshit or not. But he gonna be somebody to definitely keep an eye on as we go through the year. So I'm definitely hyped for this Bone Soldier Takahashi match. Like real shit. Because you know they gonna tear the roof off the Tokyo Dome. You already know. So I'm like, I just itching for day 2, you know what I'm saying? Can't wait till tomorrow to sit down and watch it and then get back on the mic and rap with y'all with it. But great match overall, man. But, you know, the Tokyo Dome brings the best out there in people. Yo, Internet, can I ask you a question? You know how to count? To 7? My boys, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, the 7-time IWGP World Tag Team Champions. Like, yo, G.O.D. done had a fucking hell of a 2020. Winning tag league with, of course, Bullet Club bullshit, because that's how you do it. And then breaking the curse of them finally getting a win in the Tokyo Dome when it mattered. You know what I'm saying? It's like, Dangerous Tech has been doing work since they got the belt. But when I sat up here and I watched World Tag League and I watched G.O.D. take it, I was kind of like, I got a feeling they gonna get the belts back. Because the thing is that they a safe team to put the belts on, because they've held it so many times for so long in this promotion. You know they gonna put in some motherfucking work. And it's like, yeah, Bullet Club back to their winning ways or whatever. That big giant fucking Glutto. How do you win the big matches the same way twice? That's what I'm asking. Cause I'm like, Tommy hit that boy shit, mwah, but I'm just sitting up here like, why? Like when I saw when they won the World Tag League, I'm like, what kind of weapon is a giant fucking glove? And it's like, well, if it work, it work. And I'm like, this was just another episode. The match was great because you got literally Four dudes in the ring that can wrestle. Tamatoka, Tonga Loa, Taichi, and that boy ZSJ putting in the fucking work. So you knew the match was gonna be hot. But then if it begins with a J or G and ends in Edo, it will be Bullet Club bullshit. And well, excuse me. Big giant glove. Thank you, Jado. Big giant fucking glove. I don't know who in the back thinks that he finishes big giant fucking gloves to win the tag titles. Yeah, I guess. Match was hot. Congratulations, G.O.D. 7 times. Holding it down, winning, finally getting a big win in the Tokyo Dome when the lights are on. So shout out to them guys or whatever. Man. Can we take a moment and talk about motherfucking Kenta? The actual United States champion? Because let's be for real, right? This could have been Juice's moment, but he got fucked up by a briefcase. So, right? So Juice sitting in the corner. So here comes Kojima, because you know Satoshi Kojima, one of the greatest of all fucking time. You know what I'm saying, in this match, and it's like it was pretty much let's beat each other up, and then you take this go to sleep. Because yes, I said it, and I said it earlier this year when Kenta first got the motherfucker. In my head, I'm like, Kenta Mox is money. I said that back at Wrestle Kingdom. I said that back at Wrestle Kingdom 14. Go watch the tapes. Mox, Kenta, money match, son. That is cash money. And knowing that we gonna have start the US tapings in a minute and things like that. I'm like, in the absence of John Moxley and all this stuff, Kenta has been defending the briefcase like a fucking belt. And I appreciate, like, that's the story you're trying to tell here. Of understanding and knowing that you the king without a crown. I really think that it ain't gonna really be no actual legitimate issue of Kenta going over on Mox, because given something else that I thought about while watching a match that we're going to talk about on day one, about if things do what they do on day two, about how interesting another thing that I am definitely invested in pro wrestling could get if it goes there. Kenta Mox's money. I personally want to know, like, where Juice flows into this, because I got a feeling that Kenta gonna get the belt off Mox, and then it's gonna be Kenta just gonna be making everybody take naps forever, and then Juice might take the belt off him, maybe. But we'll see. But this was a nice, hard-hitting murder fight, and you know Uncle Triple loves a hard-hitting murder fight, and you got one of the most hardcore motherfuckers in the history of professional wrestling, Satoshi Kojima in the ring, and Kenta, who don't mind hurting the motherfucker. So you get what it is you get. I'm gonna say this though. When I knew the Ace was gonna take on Great on Khan on night one, I kind of had questions as to why. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I walked into the match like, well, I know what kind of match this is going to be, and technically and actually in reality, this match was nothing what I was expecting at all. You know what I'm saying? Because in the instance of, I'll say that it was what I was expecting. In the instance of, you have, and I'll say this, on the Mount Rushmore of professional wrestling when it's all said and done, Hiroshi Tanahashi, a.k.a. my man Big Budo, his face is going to be up there. Tanahashi is one of the greatest performers in professional wrestling ever. And I dare you to make an argument that says differently, because guess what? Don't even waste your time. You can't. So don't. There is a reason why, even given everything this man has been through and everything he has done for New Japan, why he's still an ace. Even given people we finna talk about in the next match, what we gonna talk about in our main event this evening, what day 2 is gonna bring, no matter what you say, that when you talk about New Japan, it's always going to be a Hiroshi Tanahashi in the conversation. Damn what you think. Here's the thing though. When Great Khan came back and made his impression felt, and the whole thing with, and we're gonna talk about it in a minute because our match we got Osprey Okada, which I can't wait to talk about. Of understanding of the slow building of the Empire, because now the Empire stands at what? We got Will Ospreay, we got Miss B, we got Great O'Connor, we got the big man Jeff Cobb, who got something going on night two, and I can't wait to see what he got going on. Like Jeff Cobb, have been one of those guys I enjoyed definitely watching in 2020. But back to my point about Tanahashi, right? Knowing and understanding that this was a moment to really get Great O'Connor over, right? Like I understood, like this was the point of having this match, of having the ace go up against Great O'Connor, fresh off of his excursion, all that good stuff, tearing up shit with the Empire, all that old good stuff, and understanding what that was. While I was watching that match, something dawned on me about what it was I was watching and why I was watching it. Last year, well, beginning of this year, I couldn't even remember. I couldn't even tell you because I forget. The Undertaker retired, right? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, given that and that thing that happened a couple of weeks ago, we're not going to talk about and dwell on, about the shape of your wrestling career and how you evolve and how you change. Because a lot of stuff I've been watching lately is because, shout out to Wrestling Bios, because I watch Reliving the War every week, and it's been interesting to see this, and I'm gonna say this live, about watching Stone Cold before his neck got fucked up, about how much of a different wrestler Stone Cold was, because we have to make those adjustments and make those changes based on the injuries that we accrue and the characters that we portray in the ring and all that good stuff. I've noticed over the past couple of years, when I really sat down and thought about before I got on the mic, about how much Tanahashi has had to elevate and up his game because of the changing world around him, even though you are still the center of that universe. And I say that no provisions because, again, he is the ace of the company. That if nothing else, there will be a Hiroshi Tanahashi to carry this company no matter what happens. This match was a symbol and an example of the evolving nature of somebody who has been in the game for so long, who is the fucking Tokyo Dome, if you want to be for real about it. And even in a losing effort, Great O'Khan looks wonderful, pushing forward the power of the Empire and all that good stuff. I love you, Tanahashi. You are one of the greatest of all time, and no one will deny you, at least while I'm standing anyway. It's going to be interesting to really see, but I love that finish, though. I love that finish. 2 high fly flows, baby. Just hit him one to the back, flipped him over, hit him one more time with the high fly flow, was a wrap. You know what I'm saying? I appreciated that finish because even given the psychology of the story they were telling in this match, Hiroshi Tanahashi can still fucking go. And that's why he is the ace of New Japan Pro Wrestling. I need a breath because we got to talk about this. Because when I did the Catch a Spectacular joint, the Okada-Ospreay feud was just getting started, and it was like the betrayal already happened, and they were sowing the seeds for things, and B. Priestley just showed up, and it was like a question of what is it that we're leading into and what we're watching, because I've been watching pro wrestling since forever, so I know the story of the Cain and Abel angle, well, where somebody gets stabbed in the back after everything that we'd have been through, because I need to reach for my highest heights. And that's what's really important, that even given all of this, everything that Ospreay has said in trying to explain, even though as a character, Will Ospreay owes you no fucking explanation why the fuck he turned on Okada and Chaos. He owes you nothing. But he like, shit. Like, it's like, to summarize what I gained from it, it's more of the brother living in the shadow of the brother who shines. Given their history and all like that, and given that mostly every single time Okada and Ospreay then got in the ring, the Rainmaker then had his fucking number. Because Okada was one of the greatest pro wrestlers on the fucking planet. What do you expect? But you can say the same exact thing about Will Ospreay, who has continued to show why he is one of the best that pro wrestling has to offer. Understanding and giving that, what was important here was the psychology and the storytelling that this match told. It had me. I was in it and I was in there. And it wasn't even that I'm in it and I'm in there, because I've been watching these wrestlers for years and watching this slow burn of, I'm going to put a knife in your back because it's my time now. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I'm not even going to say that, though. Because it's like, cause I could say that, but you know, when you reference that it was a bad, horrible heel turn that didn't need to happen, that just put that in a box. We're not even going to even go any further. Again, let's get back on point. The storytelling put on in this match between Okada and Ospreay. It's like one of the major factors in this match is the thing you're probably not even thinking about. The fucking Tokyo Dome. 99.99999% of the time, when there's a Kazuchika Okada and there's a Tokyo Dome, Okada's going to show the fuck up and wreck your shit. And that's exactly what happened here. But then there was equally wrecking of shit by one Will Ospreay. They was wrecking each other. They was going back and forth. Rainmakers all over the place. I'm like, couldn't get that Stormbringer off though. Couldn't hit him with it. But the things that they did to each other, that fucking suplex on top of them TVs. Okada, why did you take that spot, my nigga? Why? I understand why you did it, but why though? That was sickening to look at. Like he had them welts in his back. Like literally, I think literally like on his right shoulder, like a piece of flesh, like flew the fuck off. And getting COVID, that's kind of scary. But even given, they went out and had a murder fight. I'm like, and it's like, and I don't like to use the word murder fight in this because of understanding and knowing that this wasn't a murder fight. This was beyond personal, but not between two friends, two dudes in the same faction, two brothers. Because if you really go take a look and understand the history between Okada and Ospreay, it's like that give it that much more gravitas of understanding about why this was your semi-main event of the evening. I have no question ever, and I'll say it, and I'll continue to say it forever, that when Okada get in the ring, he tears shit up. Especially when it's the likes of Wrestle Kingdom. Never fails. But here's my true takeaway from this. Will Ospreay. Because one of the questions that I had, and I didn't want to mention this during when I was talking about Tanahashi and Great Khan, because I wanted to focus more about talking about Tanahashi. One of the questions I had after Power Struggle, after I did that video, while I'm sitting up here absorbing the rest of the year of New Japan was, do we really need another guy in the stable? Do we? Because see, let's be for real. Bullet Club exists to sell fucking merchandise. The reason Bullet Club is still around because Bullet Club make New Japan rich. Let's just put that out the way. Regardless of the way they book them and all of those shit. Shout out to my boy King Switch. We gonna get to him. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Whatever. Understanding that is what Bullet Club exists for. To sell t-shirts. To be in different clubs and all of those shit. Because it's making New Japan rich. The Empire exists to get over Will Ospreay. That is the whole point of the damn faction. Is that building the Empire couldn't be no splinter group from Chaos. No, it had to be its own thing. Will Ospreay has completely leaned into this turn, into this character. B. Priestley helps sells it. It is a wonderful thing because again, like I needed convincing that why does this stable fucking exist? This match is the reason why this stable exists. All the build-up to get to this point. Okada in this match was just a little bit better tonight. But here is the truth. My true takeaway from this, given all of this. If you think this is over, you're wrong. I am finna put out my bold prediction for New Japan. Before the end of Wrestle Kingdom 16, Will Ospreay will be IWGP Heavyweight Champion. That's what this is building to. I don't know how, given things that we're going to talk about how you get Will Ospreay to that point, but whether you get the title back on the Rainmaker or you make it to where the barrier for Will Ospreay to reach that next thing is Okada to finally no bullshit whoop him. That's the story you build. That's the story that I'm visualizing in my head about the best way to get Will Ospreay to become IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Is that Okada has to be involved somehow because Okada is the gatekeeper to your dreams. And I'm like, and that's a story that I can spend a whole year and watch them build and get behind. If that's what the plan is. I don't know what that plan is. It's just that the thing and the other thing that I do want to highlight, because I've been talking a lot of Will Ospreay, I haven't seen Okada fight with this much urgency since he lost to Naito. It's like, but even then, when you think about that match at last Wrestle Kingdom, it's like Okada went into that match not like, regardless of what he might have said or might have done, he wasn't taking Mr. Destino seriously. He wasn't. It's like he walked into the office. This is Wrestle Kingdom. This is my shit. I can do it with my eyes closed. And Naito surprised him. And that happens. It was just the time of Tetsuya Naito, and we literally about to talk about him in a second. I could use that as a segue, but if you're going to watch a match on this card, this is one I would suggest. It is helpful if you know the history between Okada and Ospreay and chaos and all the crazy shit that happens about two brothers in the wrestling business. It's a story as old as time. Beauty and the Beast and all that old shit. But this ain't over by a long shot, and like I said, before Wrestle Kingdom 16 is over, my bold prediction is at some point during this year, or if we crown him at Wrestle Kingdom 16, Will Ospreay will become IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, and it's going to involve Okada somehow. And I just can't wait to see that. If that's the true purpose of what the Empire is supposed to bring to this, I cannot wait. Now, segue, talking about one of my favorite professional wrestlers in the world, Tetsuya motherfucking Naito. Destino was good against the Golden God, Kota Ibushi. Previously on this show, we sat here around this time last year, and I said the following. If things were things and things were what they were, if they were a thing, as I do this thing with my hands, because I think it illustrates the joke that I'm trying to tell here, but trying to be serious. It wasn't Ibushi's time last year. It just wasn't. Kota Ibushi signed that long-time contract, but the truth is, now sitting here rapping with y'all about it, I appreciate it a lot more that we took the long road to get in. Kota Ibushi has literally shown why he is one of the best in the fucking world. And that's what you want. That's what you need to do. That if this is the guy you are going to build your whole fucking company around, the long-term goal is show why you're going to do this. When I think about it now in the hindsight of, it would have been cheap for him to take it in that double gold dash. Nah. Even given that what? We talked about Okada. King Switch. King Switch awaits the winner. We'll discuss that in a second. Okada, who I think is back to form and is really gonna tear 2021 down, and the man we talking about right now, Kota Ibushi. Given that knowing that Ibushi and Naito have a history of engaging in murder fights with each other when things are on the line. Given this, I had questions when King Switch got the briefcase, and I was kind of like, well, Naito's done for the year, and I'm like, Naito's done for the year. I'm kind of like, well, he gonna get in there with Jay White. He gonna whoop Jay White, and we just gonna call it a day. It just was what it was. It was just gonna be a nice casual stroll of Jay White coming up, short but no cigar, and all of those shit that was gonna be done. When Naito said, given the way that you lost it, I'm going to give you a shot, and I was kind of like, well, this could go one or two ways. Either Naito is going to beat both Ibushi and King Switch, or Ibushi wins at night one, and then you have Jay White take it off of on night two for just King Switch to just finish the denial party of you are not God, sir. But we gotta wait for tomorrow night for that. But night one ended with your new IWGP World Heavyweight and Intercontinental Champion Kota Ibushi, the Golden Motherfucking God, in a classic. They went out there. I'm just like, the one spot that sit out in my mind was Naito hit him with that elbow. Then Naito tried to run up to him and hit that fucking hurricane right oh my god, I can't even sit up here and speak. That shit looks so scary. Like literally, like my heart dropped into my stomach. Cause I'm just kinda like, Naito, don't die. Please, Ibushi, don't kill him off the apron. Don't kill him with this spot. Everybody was okay. Let's be for real though. 6 Kamigoyes to get the job done. It was Destino after finisher when you thought it was over. But that's what the Tokyo Dome brings out in those who compete. The question we are left now with, as we have to sit up here, given me that I only got to wait a couple hours, you know what I'm saying, before it go live, because thank you Japanese time, of trying to figure out, is this Ibushi time, or will King Switch be the king again? Those are the questions that we've got to ask, because night two, you know what I'm saying, there, because I got the match card for night two. Is that, you know what I'm saying, like, we got the provisional king of pro wrestling joint. I'm like, we got a good one with El Desperado and Kanemaru versus one or eight, you know what I'm saying, for the junior heavyweight tag belts. We got Jeff Cobb and my boy Takagi for the openweight championship. I'm like, my boy Sonata, who has literally been in the middle of this title picture for a while, taking on Evil in a special singles match. So I'm like, that's got a lot of implications for where we start at New Year's Dash and trying to figure out where we're going with this. I'm like, the Bone Soldier versus Takahashi in your semi-main event, you know that's going to be a dope one for the junior heavyweight. And, of course, Ibushi versus King Switch. I'm like, that's going to be a fucking classic. Because Kota Ibushi is like, I'm believing the hype. I'm in there with you. I'm believing this hype that Ibushi can beat King Switch. I I believe that that's how it's going down. That we are going to have a long golden reign for that boy Kota Ibushi, and Jay White gonna be chasing for a while. But let's just be for real. The reason why I want this to happen, because the Golden God Championship lovers uniting again while Kenny Omega takes over professional wrestling. I just want that for me. Alright, so I'm being selfish. I want Ibushi to beat Jay White just so him and Omega got titles and they fucking reform the Golden Lovers, dog. And be on that shit talking shit, dude. I want that so bad. But I don't know. King Switch might deny him though. I don't know. It is going to be one hell of a night too, and I cannot wait to get the video out to you guys. I can't wait to sit down and absorb all of this. I cannot. Night one has been something to talk about, especially with Ibushi and Naito. Definitely Okada Ospreay. Like I will tell you, and I will say this: if I had to choose match of the night, it's Okada Ospreay. Even giving Kota Ibushi finally winning that big one, doing what it was, is just that it's something just raw and vicious about two brothers going at it, and the emergence of this new Will Ospreay, and that the rebirth of the Rainmaker. Like, I appreciate that a lot more as a gritting story, knowing that that's one of the feuds that this whole year is going to be built around. You're going to have a lot of people casing Kota Ibushi for that belt. If he should keep it, then it'll be the Switchblade Jay White. King Switch, that dude. However, I believe that this Okada Ospreay shit is the thing to watch, because, like I said, I just have a feeling that this is going to be one of the major feuds between Chaos and the Empire, and how that's all going to break down. Okada and Ospreay, they going to lock horns, and this is going to be a thing for a while. A perpetual locking of horns, which I will believe will deliver Will Ospreay the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Is what I believe. That I think it's like, it's kind of the best story that I think you can really tell. That you give him his own stable, he got his own people, he doing his own thing. Give that boy the belt, let him rock that for a while. I really think that, it's not even a thing of earning. I really think that given what your options are, given that we got a whole year for those options to change and evolve, that's something that I want to see. That's just more of Uncle Triple being greedy booking wise. Of, I would love to see an Ospreay reign. I would love for him to be wearing both the British Pro and the IWGP, wearing them both at the same time. I'm like, that's a beautiful visual, believe you me. But right now, we got Ibushi 2 belts. But is that gonna hold up tomorrow night against the man, Jay White, the Switchblade, aka King Switch? Will it hold? Will it hold? Will the Bullet Club steal another one? Because they stole one tonight. G.O.D. stole one with a big giant mop. It's going to be interesting to see. I cannot wait. Like, my hype is through the roof. I cannot wait for night 2. Cannot wait. Regardless of that, though, we've got plenty of more show for you, so please sit back, relax, and stay tuned with me. Bang! Me, I'm Mr. Pop, that thing, the one on you with a G.O.D. aka with the C-R-A-C-K, C-S-A-I-N-A. Hashtag entertainment's number one dope man. And indeed, I am the baddest monster in existence, and don't you ever forget it. Booyah. Everybody's favorite everything, the green monster, my ace, my mellow, squish murders in the building. The whole congregation, man, love one of y'all. All love all of y'all. Red was good. Yeah, I see you, boy. See, you know what I'm saying? Yo, Sheila, you know you're my favorite. Don't tell the other ones. Candace in the building, man. We got Stephen Nate. Zoe in the building. Choco Vanille. Alice, we got Queenie in the building, man. Pinkie Pie, the Pinkie Pie, Sonic in the corner. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is, man. The Amiibo Peanut Gallery. Shout out to Link, Lady Paulitana, and of course Inkling Girl. You know what it is, what it is. But yo, that's the congregation. May they all be praised for holding down my stick. Stay blessed over there. Without the other ladies I'm about to mention, the ladies of rage who bring you this motherfucking heat, none of this is possible. Betsy, Janine, Magdalene, the intern Annalise, yo girl and mine, Miss Marcy, aka Miss Marceline, the Unos, Doses, Thraces, and Quattros, darling, no one holds it down better than you. Shout out to Lil Sis, Big Sis, and Big Cuz, holding it down. The ladies of rage as usual, man. Love every single one of y'all. Y'all the best in the business. Mwah. Look, y'all know what to do at this point. Subscribe button, bell, social media links down below. You know how to get at me. Shout out to my boy Drew, aka Young Moneybags. King Switch's biggest fan, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. I see you, my dude. And of course, my partner in here, top, my little brother Ryan Bomber, hold me down on the Patreon tip. And if y'all want to sit up here and y'all want to give kindly to this work, PayPal, Patreon, Cash App. Do what it is you do. Appreciate it if you do, but I'm just glad you're here watching what it is that we do. Regardless of that, we have got plenty of more show for you. You're damn straight. Wrestle Kingdom Night 2, a whole bunch of stuff to catch up on since a nigga's fresh out of jail, and we probably will not make a video about it. Maybe we'll see. But regardless, plenty more show for all of y'all right after these commercial messages. Hell yeah, cannot wait for night 2. Bushi King Switch, I'm in there, baby. I'm in there. God, I need this now. I don't believe I gotta wait a couple hours for this live feed. But I'm gonna be alright. Uncle Trip is gonna be okay. But seriously, plenty more show for all of y'all right after these commercials.